Tonight's Democratic debate in Houston was the first time frontrunner Joe Biden has faced off with Senator Elizabeth Warren, who has been climbing steadily in the polls.
Our team coverage begins tonight with Nikole Killion on the big moments at Texas Southern University.
It was an animated debate at times, and the gloves did come off, but I did speak with a few top Democrats and campaign officials, including a member of Kamala Harris's team, who tells me overall they're pleased with tonight.
Former Vice President Joe Biden was aggressive from the start, calling out his two closest competitors on their Medicare for All plans.
And if you notice, nobody's yet said how much it's going to cost the taxpayer.
Senator Bernie Sanders punched back.
You got to defend the fact that 500,000 Americans are going bankrupt.
Healthcare is a top issue among Democratic voters, and the candidates quickly tried to lay out their visions.
I propose Medicare for all who want it.
A nonprofit choice that will bring down the cost of insurance.
We make sure that everybody gets covered by health care at the lowest possible cost.
The candidates came together around gun control.
I will fight this and bring a fight to the NRA and the corporate gun lobby like they have never seen before.
It was personal for Beto O'Rourke, whose hometown of El Paso suffered a mass shooting.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47. We're not going to allow it to be used against our fellow Americans anymore.
Many voters tuned into the debate at watch parties like this one here in Houston. The Democratic Party is looking to flip Texas, which hasn't elected a Democrat for president since 1976.
Biden sidestepped a question on deportations during the Obama administration.
We didn't lock people up in cages. We didn't separate families. We didn't do all of those things.
Julian Castro, who also worked in the administration, gave him heat for it.
He wants to take credit for Obama's work, but not have to answer to any questions.
The candidates were critical of President Trump's trade war with China and accused him of deepening divisions in America.
With this debate being at a historically black university, race was also a hot topic. And another interesting and eyebrow-raising moment came when Andrew Yang said that his campaign would select a few families for a cash giveaway to test out his universal income plan. In Houston, Nikole Killion, KPIX 5.
I'm Andria Borba in San Francisco's Mission District, where bar and restaurant Manny's hosted a debate watch party for the third Democratic presidential debate. Members of the crowd say they walked away from the third debate with clear thoughts about the candidates.
My health care plan does significantly cut the cost of it. The largest out-of-pocket payment you'll pay is $1,000. You'll be able to get into anyone who can't afford it gets automatically enrolled in the Medicare type option we have, et cetera. But guess what? Of the 160 million people who like their health care now, they can keep it. If they don't like it, they can leave.
Particularly poll leader Vice President Joe Biden.
Biden definitely didn't do well.
Big takeaway was that Biden is asleep at the wheel and doesn't really want to be president. So I think it's going to be somebody else.
Getting big marks from the crowd were Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren.
I want to negotiate trade with unions at the table. I want to negotiate it with small farmers at the table. I want to negotiate it with environmentalists at the table.
I feel like Warren is really going to the bottom of real problems.
And two candidates who barely made the debate stage cut.
I thought Castro and Booker had really exceptional performances.
I wasn't a big fan of Biden, what he had to say, but I think like Booker did really well, and also Julian Castro.
Key issues for voters here include health care, which dominated the first third of the debate, but voters at Manny's wanted more.
I think the candidates did an okay job of fleshing that out today, but I still want to hear them unpack that a little bit in the future debates.
The next Democratic debate is in October, and candidates like Tulsi Gabbard, who did not qualify for this debate stage, could qualify for that one. In San Francisco, Andria Borba, KPIX 5.
And while tonight's debate had its share of zingers and ruffled feathers, if you will, political analyst Paul Henderson says the focus was mainly on the positive.
I thought that there was a shift about Barack Obama, and I think Democrats realized that they actually liked the president and liked a lot of his policies. What I thought was really interesting about this debate was getting a better sense of who these candidates were as people, not just candidates.
President Trump back home tonight after a trip to Baltimore for a Republican meeting. He took jabs at the candidates as they were on stage 1,400 miles away.
I hit Pocahontas way too early. I thought she was gone. She's emerged from the ashes. And now it looks like she could beat Sleepy Joe. He's fallen asleep. He has no idea what the hell he's doing or saying.